From the center of the universe, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, this is the SDM Show with your host, Rob Cairns. The SDM Show focuses on business, life, productivity, digital marketing, WordPress, and more. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, and enjoy the show. Here is Rob.
Recording in progress.
Hey everybody, I'm Rob Cairns. I'm the founder, CEO, and chief digital strategist at Stunning Digital Marketing. In this podcast, Warren Laine-Naida joins us with this monthly SEO tip. And Warren is going to talk about things not to do in SEO. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. The SDM Show is brought to you by Stunning Digital Marketing, the digital marketing concierge that helps you put all your marketing pieces together. We are your marketing experts. We are also your WordPress security experts and know how to lock down a website and protect yourself from bad actors. So contact us at Stunning Digital Marketing today.
Hey there, it is me. I'm back again this month with Rob. He's already passed 600 podcasts. This is incredible and great job, Rob. That's quite amazing. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Warren Laine-Naida, and I am here each month to rant about SEO, one of my favorite topics. And if you don't know me, you can find me on Twitter, X, pretty much everywhere else, but I'm mostly on Twitter X, Warren L. Naida. Otherwise, you can Google me. And just when you think you've pretty much covered every SEO bit of advice, it's probably time to go back and review what you've been telling your clients to do, and what you've been telling your students to do, what you've been trying to do yourself, and to maybe turn the question upside down. So not so much what we should be doing, but what we shouldn't be doing. And that's exactly the topic of this month's SEO chat. What SEO tactics shouldn't we be employing? Now, this sounds simple, just don't do the bad stuff, right? Stick with the good stuff. But SEO keeps changing. And, the things that you could let slide 5 years ago, 10 years ago are the sorts of things that'll come back and bite you. So, it might have been a good shortcut, but now I think we can all agree that our content main focus is really long-term trust and visibility. So I wanted to talk this month, a few reminders of the basics, which, we might forget, and a few points on how we can take AI and, the whole changing SEO landscape, if you will, into account. So this is less a rant, more of a gentle nudge, a gentle reminder, because, it's easy to wear those old pants that are comfortable and you never need to buy any new ones because they fit. But then maybe you don't even notice that you're wearing them anymore. And that's probably not a great idea. So good. So let's jump right back into our SEO what not to do list. And I am going to start with my favorite, something we all probably get daily emails on, is buying links. Okay. I don't know if any of you do this, probably not, but it's something that it's tempting to do. But I think kind of, if you're buying links, you're kind of building a bridge out of cardboard. It'll work a little bit now and then, but eventually it's going to collapse. And then it's not just a broken link. It's going to be your reputation, your visibility, your credibility. So all those things that we spend so much time working on so that Google accepts us, and then it's all gone because we're paying for links. So just like everything else we do, let's earn our trust. Let's earn our links. Let's earn our customers naturally. Answering questions, creating content, that really adds value. So, focusing on real authority, you build it, you don't fake it. Okay. So, that's the first one. Second one is keyword stuffing, really over optimizing. And with AI now, it's so much easier to do. Um, Everyone has Google Search Console and the Bing Webmaster tools. You can monitor what your top performing keywords are and ensuring that your content aligns with the user intent. This is going to help you avoid over optimization. But keyword stuffing, it's like shouting in a crowded room. No one likes that. Seeing the same keyword excessively used. So yeah, focus on the content, focus on the intent, and maybe this week, pick one page, okay, and read through it, and ask one of your clients to read through it. Ask your family, your friends to read through it. Does it feel natural? Does it answer their questions naturally? Does it sound like an advertisement? With these keywords hounding them. Okay, so you're looking to solve real problems. You're not looking to fill a keyword quota for the month. All right. So keyword stuffing, reminder, this isn't Thanksgiving, less stuffing. Third one is, basic on-page SEO mistakes. These are kind of like traps. They still sort of linger. They're still there. We can do something about it, I think. Duplicate content. Now, I'm a big fan of duplicate content. I've written about this. I've talked about this. Duplicate content has a place. And if you don't believe me, check out your store, your local store. How many brands of ketchup do they sell? It's going to be more than one. Okay. And so, but it's all ketchup. So why do we need 20 forms of ketchup? Well, because every ketchup appeals to a certain person. So your duplicate content can, maybe be seen by one person. It wasn't seen by another person. It's that old rule of threes. Say it 3 times. The first time the people who are paying attention, they see it. You say it again. That's for the people who weren't paying attention the first time and maybe just arrived. And then you say it one last time because the people in the back row, they weren't paying attention the first 2 times. So selectively reuse and repurpose and recycle your content, but don't duplicate it so you've got the same content flashing and flashing. This is just as bad as keyword stuffing. Okay. Really focus on your headings. It is really surprising how many websites still don't have their headings in the right order, or they are using headings instead of actual larger font size, which is exactly kind of what they want. This also goes a long way into helping your structured data. Get your schema markup in gear. These in your headings. This is the skeleton of your content. Okay, don't ignore them. Your clarity will suffer. So yeah, the third thing for on-page optimization, I think, is a big, something we see a lot as well, is internal links. There's either too many of them or there's not enough. Don't force the links. They need to also be there naturally. You're reading a couple of lines, like, okay, this is interesting. I'd like to read more about what this is. And now we have the link, and not just a single word, actually a call to action, Otherwise, it's difficult to read, confuses your readers, going to confuse search machines. Just, internal linking is great, but so are keywords. Now, too many keywords, too many links. People are running off all over the place. So links have a place. Don't abuse them. Okay. Think of your website more like a museum exhibit and guide your people from exhibit to exhibit. Otherwise, they're going to be crashing into each other. Now, while we're talking on-page SEO, also I think this is something that we're seeing more and more are bloated WordPress websites. Now, most of us, I'm sure, are using WordPress. Was it like 67% of the market at the moment? So sure, you could be using something else, and whatever you're using, don't deliver a 5, 6, 10 megabyte website. It's not necessary. Okay. So, your website might look fancy, but it's killing your performance. And people want speed. They want to find what they want, and then they want to get it. Google rewards speed. So, less fluff, more function. Okay. We got SEMrush, we got Screaming Frog, we've got a lot of tools which are going to identify your on-page issues. Okay. Off-page SEO. Well, off-page SEO, for those of you who know me, this is my hobby horse. I love off-page SEO. This is the most important aspect of SEO for me. Okay. This is your reputation at the dinner party. So use it, but don't abuse it. Okay. Avoid spamming the contents just for links. Avoid irrelevant postings. Don't post just for SEO. Okay. Don't buy reviews or mentions. Just, don't be that loudmouth at the dinner party. Your website is your reputation. So post appropriately. People are using search machines and AI because they're looking for something specific. This isn't how we use social media. People are in social media to discover things. Okay, so it's not your SEO playing field. Use it, but like I say, don't abuse it and don't ignore it. Okay, your audience lives there. You've got your brand presence being reinforced there. You've got social selling. You need to be part of the conversation. So, try to be in the middle. Don't ignore social media and don't throw everything at social media. Off-page SEO is really, it's driven by people, and so use it to build your credibility. And we know Bing loves social media. We know Google pretends it doesn't. Now, AI isn't very interested in it, a little bit, but anything that you've got off page is going to help you. Just use it appropriately. The next trap, I guess, would be our technical SEO. Now I've already said, you've got to build lighter websites, more sustainable websites. Heavy scripts are going to slow down your load times. It's got to be responsive. It's got to be accessible. You can do a lot wrong with duplicate URLs, canonical errors, bad redirects, no redirects. Okay, so you've built this great house and you've decorated it and you've filled it with wonderful things, but if the light switches don't work, there's really not much point. Okay, so you've got a shaky foundation, and everything else isn't gonna work. So I would really suggest looking at one audit a month. Okay, it could be your page speed, could be your canonical structure. Pick up and fix your small issues. Now we've probably all been on page speed insights 100 times, but there is always a measurement for barrier free and accessible and SEO. If those two aren't on 100, then maybe start there. Okay, there's no reason they shouldn't be on 100, because the very small list of items that page speed checks, this is boilerplate. Okay, so don't ignore your technical SEO. Okay. Also, I guess if my off-page SEO hobby horse is tired, then I'm going to switch over to my other one. And for those of you who know me, this is the difference between PPC keywords and organic content keywords. There is one. Okay? Don't use your PPC keywords for organic, and don't use your organic for PPC. All right? PPC is transactional. It's short term. People are there to do something. Organic is long term. It's more relationship. People are there to know something. So these are two different intents, two different masters. And I've run so many Google ad campaigns and compared the search terms that Google find relevant to activate my ad, and compare that with what Google finds relevant for search terms in Search Console. There is never the same keyword on either of those lists. So Google knows. Okay. PPC will show you what converts, but your organic content, it's just going to tell you the story. Okay. And so split your keywords. There, I've ridden both of my hobby horses. I think the last thing, now this isn't something we really think about that much, but it was something that I had a conversation with a client about this week, and this is the landing pages. Now, landing pages aren't traditionally for organic SEO. Okay, landing pages are meant for to complete an action. They are meant not to be in your navigation. You connect them with your email marketing, your pay-per-click, and your social media marketing. So it's not something we want people stumbling across when they're looking for something. Okay, but we shouldn't ignore them as drivers to perhaps lead generation. Okay, so it will depend on what it is that you're pushing and what you want people to find, but there probably is a place for a landing page which does actually serve search and conversion. For those people, if you can identify those people who are on the cusp, so those people who are looking for something but not in the market, okay? And then those people who are interested to maybe start making some comparisons. They're in the decision-making phase, okay? I think landing pages have a purpose there, okay? Where visibility turns into action. So yeah, this is just something that we've been thinking about this last week. So yeah, take a look at what you're doing with your organic pages. Take a look what you're doing with your landing pages, and see if there isn't a landing page where you can merge the two. And I'm thinking, this would probably be for those people who are already in the second click. Maybe they've heard of you, maybe they know you, they've seen some of your organic, maybe they follow your blog posts, and they're looking for just a little bit more, but not a landing page with only a call to action. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to end this month with potential for the next month. All right, so it's not a bad thing. No one's doing anything bad here, but just as a reminder that there's probably something else that we haven't thought about. So don't buy links, don't stuff keywords, don't bloat your site, don't ignore social. Do not please mix PPC and organic, and don't skip the landing pages. Why not? Okay. Oh yeah, don't ignore Bing. Okay, sorry. Microsoft isn't just Bing, it's Bing AI, Copilot, LinkedIn data. Even if you've got 10% of the people searching in Bing, are you going to ignore 10% of your market? 10% is a larger chunk of the market than Shopify. And I don't see anyone ignoring Shopify. Okay? SEO, it's not about tricks, it's about trust, value, and clarity. And you have a great month. And we'll see you in Google, I guess. Bye.
This podcast has been brought to you by Stunning Digital Marketing, your digital marketing concierge to help the business owner put all his pieces together, whether it's email marketing, WordPress security, WordPress design and development, PPC, and more. Text Stunning Digital Marketing for all your digital marketing needs today.
Recording in progress.
A very special thank you to Warren for joining us on this edition of the SDM Show. The SDM Show is dedicated to my late father, Bruce Cairns. Dad, I miss you very much every day. My mother, Ann Cairns, who's still doing really well and is an inspiration. And of course, Tiz Maroney. And Tiz, I know I've said it, but thank you so much for all the inspiration you give me every day.